Hey folks, Quillythene here, and welcome to more Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. And it has been 2 weeks, actually 15 days, since the last time I recorded an episode of Pathfinder Kingmaker. I told you guys I was way ahead of you in the series. In fact, I'm still ahead at the time I'm recording this. I think only episode maybe 17 has gone live. So still a bit of a lag time between responding to things. One of the most shocking things to me was finding out that when you're in town, these little arrows show up where you can actually see your other party members, which I had not realized. That is incredibly useful. There was another little weird, subtle UI thing that this one is, to me, really bad design. This little fact that you can flick pages this way, which really only matters when you've got a character. So over here, Tristan, his second level spells. Yeah, there's another page with a few more second level spells over there. I don't think we've really missed out on the fact that you could scroll differently as opposed to this, but that is really, you'd almost think there'd be a little arrow or something over there. I don't know. Anyway, when we last left things off, I think we'd basically finished the first act. I don't know. I'm not sure, how the game decides to, how the writing of the game has divided things, but theoretically, we have secured our claim as Baron here in the, what is it called, the Stolen Lands? Again, it's been a little while. Shuffled some of the equipment around to try a few different things. I was like, oh, maybe I should have the Constitution belt. But I'm like, nah, we should put on a Reggie. He's got somewhat lower hit points. Oh, no, sorry, he's got the Dexterity. I threw it on Tristan over here for a few extra hit points. Just in case you get caught in a splash, it wouldn't do very well if our healer were to fall down. And I think the thing to do now is just to talk to... time to commence the main holdings. Yes, we talked to everyone, or the main event, so that we can have our Baron's title. I think that's where we're at. Oh, I have to go and speak to Nettle again after killing the Stag Lord. Okay, well, we'll get to it shortly. Anyway, let's talk to, I guess, Jamandi?
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Yeah, before we begin, I would like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me. So, as far as I know, we have 3 possibilities for the envoys.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Yeah, so there was Lander and Murvy. Now, I can't remember. I thought there was going to be more info over here as a repeat, because I can't remember exactly the vibe I got from all of them. I know that one of them was from a rival house. I can't remember what the other one is, though. 2 rival houses? I'm not sure, but I think Casil appealed to me the most. I think he was fine. I'm a little bit worried about Jamandi's, like, is she trying to weave too much influence on us? But they're all going to be like that. I don't know. I kind of Pathfinder envoy choice. I don't want to get a spoiler. I just kind of want to be reminded. Is there not a wiki page for this? I just kind of want to be reminded about who they are. Okay, so I guess the vibe is one sides with the Aldori Sword Lords, with Jamandi over here, so that's probably Casil. One sides with the other nobles, and one is sort of neutral. Okay. But I need the names repeated. Well, I don't know. I think I'm okay with right now. We're gonna go ahead and align ourselves with these Sword Lords. I mean, they're the ones that gave me the barony. They want independence, which I think I'm probably going to be okay with supporting. Yeah, there's, lawful, neutral kind of vibe we're building towards, even though I was originally neutral. I think I kind of like that. So I'm going to stick with Casil Aldori here.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care. All
right, well, I'm ready to start the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here.
I wonder if there's a big change in the gameplay with the envoy. I suspect it's just, a couple of scenes play out differently here or there or something like that, rather than transformative, since we're kind of in a vacuum.
They've tamed the Stolen Lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Mager Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword.
Right, so 3 barons in total, including myself.
The tamer of the Shrike Hills.
Shrike Hills?
Put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits.
So we're not getting baron, we're not having a barony that's the entire stolen land, just a part of it.
On behalf of the people.
I wonder, the map I've explored so far, what part of it is mine? Maybe all of it that I've explored so far is mine.
Rise, your grace.
Baron Quill the First of his name. Oh, loading screen. Achievement unlocked. Foundation. Okay. Noble welcome. Celebration is over. Now time to return to the stolen lands. This time not as a simple ruler, but as these lands' rightful ruler. I do like that. Yeah, I have heard that the kingdom management side might be a little bit is like the weakest part of the game. But the game is so strong that the weakest part doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands.
Okay, so I do take over his fort location. That was a deep bow. Who dis? Oh, is that guy that I ran into a couple of times here? Yes, Keston Garrus. Again, it's been over 2 weeks since the last time I played, so some of these names are going to be a little fuzzy. Not that they were necessarily super clear the first time around. Welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. He seems a bit anxious. He seems, rehearsed his speech many times. Okay. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamondi transferred me here at your disposal. But I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. Yeah, in what capacity are you going to serve me? Here to welcome you on behalf of the new capital citizens. Staglord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city world. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. Cool. Can we get our own pet owlbears? Because that seemed really neat. While you were visiting Restov, right, the capital city, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Where can I get a drink? Time to toast. Where are my companions? And he said, where are my companions, first of all? They're all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. I assume Tristan is with Jod, but you can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and turmoil. Okay, so it's going to be like before. They're going to be scattered around the map for conversations. Any citizens I should know about? Jod's here. The clerics. Emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting in the throne room. Curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf. Desna? Oh no, Desna's one of the gods. Okay. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. Seems peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. So I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. Is this someone we ran into? A blind elf. I feel like it might be. What's the mood? City, whole barony, born right in front of our eyes, feeling proud. Not too cheerful or chatty. I wonder if we can get updates about this. I wonder if, like, city morale is going to be something we're going to be interested in. I mean, I guess I may as well ask this. Hesitate then last. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. Tavern's first business we opened. Building a city's thirsty work. And I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. Drank a little too much. I don't remember what you did there, Keston, but so it's all forgotten. Maybe I drank too much too. All right, show me around the city. Bum, bum, bum. It looks like we've got glowing horseshoe on this horse. I'm assuming it's just a texture lighting issue, and it's not actually, you know, a magic horseshoe. But I don't know. Where else? New subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Am I gonna have to answer questions? All right, dialogue. Let's go. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbor's head, though. You want to be up on the hill. There's lots of reasons. The stronger like wind will actually be better for like pulling smoke up the chimney. Unless it's super strong, then you can get some weird, like, vortices that block things. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters, and bandits are great. Can I spacebar this? No. Literally cannot accelerate these conversations. You recognize this place, your lord? This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. And not that it saved him in the end, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, the blue is like what happens when there's something that's, like, obscured slightly. That's why the horseshoe is like that. Okay. So it looks like we're going to need a market square over here. Turn the bandit den into the heart of the town. Yeah, I kind of wish we could, like, have a side-by-side map, you know, like, just zoomed out of what was there before and what is here. Can't quite recognize the position. Heart of every town is a main square. Plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we've already have our first vendor. Excellent. I probably have some stuff to sell you, actually. All right, dialogue. Come on. Faster. Oof. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. I should just read slower, because apparently they assume you're going to have to read quite slowly. Tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kalian himself. I swear, the lady who owns it is a gem. I heard our Baron is tall as a troll with hair is pure gold and can breathe fire. Yeah, and shoot lightning bolts out of my arse. Well, that's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All Barons can breathe fire, trust me. That actually is something I could get as an alchemist, right? Isn't that one of the things? I don't remember. I feel like it is, though. Oh, Grace, glad to serve you. Do. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep your order in the city or keep their mouths busy with gossip. The commander is Captain... Whoa, that one went way fast! Captain Highland, I think. Whoa! Observation platform. Hope one day your capital will grow large enough that it won't be able to see it full extent from this perch. Wow! Okay. This makes sense the fort was up on a hill before. I don't know if I was super aware of it, but that is the best place to build defensive things. And yeah, so we're in the fort itself. The actual town extends down there. Building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head now. Okay. Right, the building. Yeah. Okay, so they have torn down a lot of things. That's for sure. So now we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your Grace's attention. Welcome to your barony. Advisors. Prosperous government. Donations. Okay. Well, okay. Greetings, Your Grace. Casil, Lady Jamondi's ward, gives a bow. It's a pleasure to meet you at Restov reception. Why is meat highlighted? Oh, because it was a story decision. Okay. On behalf of your allies and benefactors, the Eldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. So, I guess these are probably our starting stats over here. Community +6, loyalty +6, military 3, economy 3, divine 3, arcane. So probably building a temple boosts the divine, for example. Trade agreement with Sertova. As Vanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk. I wonder if these are like two mutually exclusive options. Either pillage it or rebuild it, or maybe we can pillage it before we rebuild it. Can solve most of the barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people, responsible people. A certain state business will demand your personal attention, as will the visits of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding events will be marked on your map. You can always check it while considering your plans. Difficulty level your barony. Change it or set it to automatic. Set to automatic, you won't have to deal... Yeah, I don't want it on automatic. I need to make sure it's not on there. Your barony will never fail. Oh, if it's on automatic, it'll never fail. However, prevent you from unlocking governance-related achievements. Well, I don't really care about achievements, but I do want to run things. According to the ancient traditions of Brevoy and most of the River Kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition, regularly visit your capital when needed. First thing you should do as a ruler is assign loyal people to all the important positions in your barony. Your clerics, Jod and Tristan, were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further, and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. Okay, I just want to check how to build a kingdom. You want to build a kingdom. Doesn't have to be a kingdom. Kingdom management, normal. Oh yeah, there's the auto. Okay, good. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Jode stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what I want to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened to Temple of Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing's clear. The powerful curse at work corrupted the very essence of the sacred place, steeping it in putrescence. Yes, with all those creepy animals. Disgusted with whoever could do this. And now there is a new woe. Tristan and I believe that the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There's a place near the capital removed by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visited Dreadful Place, and we felt the same putrescence as the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? There's a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient time. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed, so it has been revealed. Okay. Wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristan and I felt something approaching, something ominous. Curse will soon return to plague us one more. Yeah, well, we'll definitely try to deal with that. Happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at the present. I agree with Tristan. We have been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with dense atmosphere and unease. What do you suggest? Cursed will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit Bald Hilltop and resolve this issue. Okay. For now, we can only wait and prepare. Beg your pardon, your grace, for intervening with you getting the grassy barony. I'm sure you have more pressing matters at hand right now. Okay, and a new load screen. Ancient Curse.
I tire.
Okay, apparently we get to name this place, but also more tutorial. The barony has 10 basic stats, each supervised by an advisor. They're as follows: population, regent, loyalty, counselor. Okay, sure. Stats increase if your governance is successful and decrease if events don't end well or other negative factors are placed in your way. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot and your state will begin to crumble. Each stat has a certain milestones or ranks within them. Every 20 points in a stat will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks the corresponding advisor position for that stat. Further development of the stat and upgrades to its ranks will be possible only if you have an advisor in the relevant position. So I wonder if we're all... I'm getting we're not already at ranked 1, so we actually can't assign advisors in these positions yet, right? Because we had like the +6, unless there's some base amount. I don't know. We'll find out in a sec, I guess. Governing your barony will require 1 advisor for each stat. You may appoint your companions as well as some of the Stoneland citizens into these advisor positions. I'm curious if I assign a companion if they can still adventure with me. I assume yes, but each of the 10 positions has at least 3 characters who are qualified to hold it. Not all the characters will be willing to serve you right away. Some of them will need to be convinced. Appointing others will require completing an assignment for them or rendering them some other service. Each advisor acts on their own ideology. They have their own opinions on everything that happens in your domain. Therefore, you may want to select characters whose governance philosophy is consistent with your own. Open the advisor tab on the right side of the screen, advisors. Click an empty slot and select a character to appoint them as an advisor. Every barony stat gains a bonus from a specific ability of the appointed advisor. The exact size of the bonus indicated upper right corner of their card. Only advisors may address the problems, opportunities, and sudden events that occur in your domain and require immediate attention. Don't leave these positions vacant. Name of the barony cannot be changed later in the game. Oh god! I mean, part of me wants to make, jokes about Belgium and Brussels and Petra and so on and so forth, but part of me kind of just wants to leave the name Stolen Lands. I mean, are they stolen lands anymore? But like, part of me is just like, I don't want to go kind of out of character. I don't want to go kind of meta and jokey with it. I want to stay in the world. But Stolen Lands doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense from a rule. On the other hand, I kind of, unless, okay, Shrike area is where we've settled. And I can see it now, the Shrike River, the name here. This is all lit up, so presumably my area. I think I have adventured over here, but that's not part of my realm. Maybe something like Shrike should be part of it. Shrikeshire? Shrikeshire? Shriketon? Shrikeborough? Shrikeshire, maybe? I don't know, maybe? SNS? Shrikeshire. I'm kind of okay with this. I hate that it can't be changed later in the game. I hate it. It's so stressful. All right, I think I'm going to go with this, just so that we can stay kind of in character for things. Yeah, and I don't know if like some of the dialogue is going to reference the Stolen Lands. And I want that to, like, the fact that they're referencing the Stolen Lands as a whole, as opposed to my particular barony, I want that to be clear, so that's sort of the intent of the change in the name a little bit. So, Shrikeshire it is. Okay. Click your capital icon to open the settlement map, which I'm assuming is that one there. Just trying to see where the bounds are. Alright. Okay, well, I have done that. Building's nothing built yet. Stat. Oh, we're actually at a 0 everywhere. I thought we were getting pluses. Kingdom stat value 10. Kingdom stat rank 1. Provides 1 BP, presumably build point, per week. Okay, they all say 1 BP. Well, okay, they do have different base numbers. 10, 15, 6. It looks... Oh, and... I guess that's why the 4 is highlighted. I guess only some of these have any rank. A bunch of these are at 0. Now, it's interesting because it said at 0 people will riot. Well, clearly some of these are currently sitting at 0. Maybe if everything goes to 0, maybe there's another global number overall. Okay, well, clicking on this doesn't seem to do anything. Village. Oh, this is the village of Tuskdale. Hold on. Wait. Is that not my capital? Well, it's the only town in here. What happens if I hit... Oh. Okay, Tuskdale. What happens if I hit enter? Tutorial didn't point out what I should do next. Okay, constructing buildings. You may construct buildings to increase your barony stats. Each building has a cost in BP and construction time. You may construct several buildings simultaneously. To start a construction, select a building you need from the list on the right and place it in an empty slot in the settlement. Buildings provide special bonuses if you meet special conditions. Commonly, 2 buildings must stand close together. Make sure you use this feature to your full benefit when planning a settlement. Some buildings can be placed only in designated spots or areas, so the pier must be built in water, mill must be built with no buildings around it. Demolish a building to get rid of it and recover half the resources. If you want to move a building, you will have to demolish the old one, gaining half the resources you spent it, and construct it in a new desired slot for half price. Oh, okay. Oh, I think they're saying effectively it's half price because you get half back. If you get half back and you build it for half price, that means you can move it for free. I don't know. Maybe it is the way. Maybe it is kind of a free move. You won't have to spend extra BP, but you'll have to wait for construction to finish a new location. That actually, I'm kind of getting the vibe that once you've bought a building, yeah, it feels like you get back half in case you want to build something else, but if you choose to rebuild the building again, it's discounted. So you can move it for free other than having to wait for the construction to finish. Is the vibe I'm getting, but you can interpret this both, 2 different ways. 0 of 10, I'm guessing that might be a building limit. We have 450 BP. Currently number of villages, 0. Every 3 villages acquired in your domain will enable you to upgrade one of them to a town level, getting 6 more slots. The first one must take place in the capital. So I'm guessing Tuskdale is my capital. And so Shrikeshire is the name of my barony. Now I'm a little upset about the name, because I thought I was just sort of naming the one settlement, where Shire might make sense. I don't know, maybe it's fine. Okay. Stats, neutral. I wonder if the town has an alignment. 1 village, 32 BP work. Purchase BP. Okay. It's microtransactions. We've got 9 build slots over here, 1 here and 1 there. This one is blue probably because it is on the water. The pier's highlighted, or the pier's just showing that it needs this. All right, economy +1. Warehouses and workshops, docking ships, handling cargo and passengers can be built in a water slot. Affects a lumberyard. Can be upgraded to a marina, presumably if you have a town. Like, requires town, I'm guessing is for the upgrade because of how it's listed with the thing. And it looks like I can build it now. Upgrade produces additional stats. Okay, I can see it affecting different things. Okay, it gets +1 stability when adjacent to a longhouse, but then it affects things like jail, reinforced wall. Can I build any of those right now? School, tavern. Okay, tavern. Okay, +1 when adjacent to a longhouse, +1 when adjacent to a barracks. Okay, so the barrack itself is only affected by being next to a longhouse, but other things are affected by being next to it. And now that is interesting. Adjacent, I wonder if it covers diagonals, because the longhouse boosts the barracks and the tavern. So we want the tavern to be adjacent to both the barracks and the longhouse. We want the barracks to be adjacent to the longhouse, which isn't possible unless it counts diagonal, right? Because if I put the barracks here, the tavern here, and the longhouse here, the question is are the tavern and longhouse adjacent to each other? I have to hope the answer is yes. But I don't know. I guess there's only one way to find out. I can start, well, I guess I could probably check the wiki or something, but what I could do is I could build it, especially since moving it is apparently free-ish. We could plop a few things down and then see what happens. Here's the thing. There are up to... I wonder where you build the wall. Well, I can build a wooden wall. Oh, it's highlighted in green. Oh, literally over here. Because I assume, yeah, this is what levels to a town wall, or stone wall. And the barracks doesn't affect the wooden wall, but it does affect a stone wall. Alright, I've got tons of build points. Put that down. Now, I don't know where the adjacency... But I'm assuming I should put the barracks somewhere up over here so that it's adjacent to the wall for when it upgrades to a stone wall. But at least... So ignoring the wall, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 things that benefit from being adjacent to the barracks. So if I put it in the corner, then it's going to only have the 3 adjacencies. So if I go here... Alright, I'm going to start with that. Oh, I can build more than one. Oh! I assume, because of the ×1. Alright, I figured these were unique. Longhouse, a spacious building holding meetings and discussions. Affects tons of things. Feels like the longhouse should be in the center. Then can be upgraded to a town hall. Yeah, I feel the longhouse we're going to put in the middle. And I'm going to build a tavern. Which, yeah, there's millions of adjacency bonuses. Okay, so we'll clearly... I'm betting not everything is going to be able to benefit from absolutely everything, and we may end up having to move some things later on. But I'm going to build the tavern here, because there's a road, you come into town, you see the tavern right away, you know, you want that that prime commercial real estate, and then, yeah, we'll have the barracks next to it, and this in the middle. 5 days, 10 days. It does build simultaneously. The shop gets +1 to its economy when it's adjacent to a tavern. Alright. Shrine wants to be next to the longhouse, which is fine, because everything will be. Would also be next to a monument. What's its deal? +1/+1. Doesn't upgrade, but affects a lot of other things. I might want to, like, think about the priority in terms of what makes sense in the town. Oh, I guess I may as well build a pier. Because obviously, you know, I mean, maybe we can build anything in that tile, but I'm not sure. And it does affect the lumberyard. +1 relations when located in settlements with a pier, so it doesn't have to be adjacent. A sacred grove can't be built in some settlement with a lumberyard. Ah, but it needs no other adjacencies, or it needs no adjacencies whatsoever. So, to me, it feels like this spot here is perfect for the lumberyard. Since it's not affected by and doesn't affect anything else other than being in town with the pier. So we've got that sorted. What becomes important? It feels like I would really want a smithy. Yeah, and it wants to be adjacent to a shop and has really nothing else. So we'll do this. Feels like things we should definitely have. So espionage boost. Military when it could be anywhere. Okay, which makes me think this would be a good place for a watchtower as well. What else does it feel like we should have early? Granary and a brewery? Ooh, granary affects windmill, but that's it. And the windmill... can only be built in a separate slot. Hold on, the windmill has to be built completely independently. Or the lumberyard. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to assume not every village is necessarily going to have a pier. So not every village is necessarily going to have a lumberyard, and those might be a good place if they've got a standalone bit to stick the windmill. So we want the windmill separately, and then we'd like to have both a granary and a brewery. +1 loyalty when it's got a windmill, which this doesn't. And a tavern. +1 arcane when adjacent to a shrine. I don't know, kind of feel like maybe we build a shrine. Do we build a monument? Maybe I could put monument, shrine. Yeah, and then herbalist? I don't know. You know what? Let's just do it. Monument, shrine, and then herbalist is going to be next to the shrine. And then we've got one slot left. Which could be lots of things. So yeah, I can't build it there. I'd have to build it there. I guess I could put the lumber mill here. Although I don't have a granary or a brewery. And there's no more slots left, not until we grow the town. But I guess that's the possibility. The lumberyard I built over here because it doesn't have any adjacency. But it could be put literally anywhere. Or I could build a duplicate of something I've already got. Or, okay, how's this? Let me cancel this. Hopefully I get it. Wait. Okay, the cost is already paid. Okay, that seems fine. I'll build the watchtower up there, because I have barracks, and I have walls, so it'll give me a bunch of extra stats. Separate slot. The lumber mill still goes there. It does no adjacency, it's kind of a waste. Once the town grows, maybe it'll give us more flexible placement. So, I don't know, maybe this was really stupid. Maybe everything about this placement sucked. Maybe, you know, spending all the things right away is a bad idea. But it seems relatively forgiving. Relatively. I don't know, I want to get some stuff going on. Okay, close that, get a loading screen. I guess it makes sense, we get lots of loading screens. I gotta put a cut in here, both because we're 30 minutes in, and also because I have to go pee. Had a bunch of coffee before starting the recording, and I'm feeling it. So folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'm very excited actually for the kingdom management. No matter what people say, I think I might have an extra love for kingdom management than the average person. So I'm actually very much looking forward to this. I actually think there's a lot of cool stuff, which sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll put a cut in here. We're going to come back next time with some more kingdom management and then probably starting some adventure again. See you then. Bye-bye.